In the last month, no fewer than 12 foreign guards and local vigilante members were killed in an ambush by armed bandits in Okeode, including a traditional ruler, Bale of Ogba Ayo community, and several other traditional and community leaders were among those slain in separate incidents in Babanda, Shagbe, Uruago, Gamu Alieri, in Ifelodun local government, Isin local government, Ekiti local government, and Okeoro local government. Concerned that at least 142 persons have been kidnapped and over 70 killed in the last 12 months across Kwara South, with no fewer than 25 communities deserted due to recurring attacks, leading to severe human displacement and disruption of social and economic life. Farms have been abandoned, roads have become unsafe, local economies are completely paralyzed, and schools have closed, thereby worsening poverty and increasing youth vulnerability to crime.
In the last 6 months, our people have been under attacks every day. Kidnapping, killing, and looting. In fact, a part of my senatorial district, every part of my senatorial district, all local governments in my senatorial district have been attacked by these people. And they even took over some communities. In fact, one of the commissioners that traveled with my governor to the affected area called me yesterday and said, "You know they have taken over these communities. They did not only take over, our people fled from those communities, and they came, broke down their homes and took over their homes." That is the situation we find ourselves. Mr. President, one of those guys that was kidnapped and was with the bandit for months, when he was released, he made a statement. It's all over the social media. That the leaders, one of the leaders of the bandits said, "Your senator, he built barrack for soldiers to attack us." Yes, I built barracks, which I financed privately. It cost me a lot of money, just to ensure security of that environment. They said, "Go and tell him with his barrack and his soldiers, we are waiting and looking for them, that we have generals in the field here." Mr. President, we've got to do something about it.
Is to keep on reminding our armed forces that the battle is on, and they must be seen to consolidate on the gains that have already been achieved. I am very sympathetic to the fact that many young officers and not so young have been wasted in their quest to defend us. While I acknowledge this laudable effort and the progress that have been made, I think it's important that we remind the armed forces that each day a Nigerian is kidnapped, particularly near a military facility. Our people feel discouraged. In Okwela, where we have 2 giant cement factories, 6 civil defense officers were felled by kidnappers. 6 of them in one fell swoop because they were protecting the expatriates working in that factory, and they managed to escape with 1 or 2 of those expatriates. But the men in uniform, civil defense, paid with their lives, 6 of them. And that is why I have difficulties in no one can downplay that men in uniform and women in uniform are fighting hard to protect us. We just need to urge them to refocus, to re-strategize, and to recognize that if we are making gain in any one part and the criminals are migrating to another part, That is not a total gain.
I believe that if we approach this issue as a collective, and then we strengthen our grassroots, I said earlier on this floor that once we strengthen our local government system, we have had a pathway to fighting insecurity. Our grassroots are where these criminals come from. So every effort must be done to strengthen the machinery of government at the grassroots, and then we, as a people, must see these measles, because this has become a measles, spreading very fast, and no part of this country is spared the agony of these measles. So as a Senate, we have to work as a team, put aside politics, and address the major concern that this issue confronts us as a country. Thank you.
This progress is being mad. There is a renewed resurgence. Just in the last 2 months, Your Excellency, we know where the terrorists are gathering. It's in the public domain. Ordinary Nigerians need to see action. But today they will tell us they are here, tomorrow they are here. Everybody knows within our area. But we will not see any action taking place. That is to say, sir, we need this Senate to tell the armed forces to be reporting progress every week so that state by state, otherwise it will be a mess of all issues and we will not be seeing progress. Sir, I beg you that time is ripe now, that this problem is solvable. We have seen progress. We should not allow this progress to be derailed. We should pursue this remnant of these people so that our next election can be peaceful and sustainable. And we have something to say to our people, sir. This is the only thing I want to take. If I get protected in my environment, please keep your roads, keep your schools. We just want to be safe. And that is the message we are sending to the Senate President. Please, save our life and our people. We are not bothered about roads now or schools. Please, save our lives. Our people's lives are in danger.
This is a clear manifestation of the fact that this Senate is responsible and responsive to the yearnings and aspirations and concerns of Nigerians. Mr. President, distinguished senators, the trajectory of the movement of insecurity in this country, if not nipped in the bud, has the potential of consuming the whole country. This problem of insecurity initially started in Borno State. It later on snowballed into the whole of the Northeast. It migrated to the North Central and is now migrated also to some part of the Southwest. So it has a Northwest. It has also consumed the Northwest completely. So it has clearly shown that it has the potential of consuming the whole country. Our military and our armed forces are doing enough. They are doing their best. But we still need them to do more, even with regard within the limited constraints of resources that they have at their disposal. In the process of this fighting this war, a lot of them have paid the supreme price and what have you. But that notwithstanding, we still expect more from them. And as a parliament that is responsible and responsive to the yearnings and aspirations of Nigerians that gave us the mandate to serve them, we are going to give them all the wherewithals for them to execute this war by way of appropriation and other legislative interventions.
Look at our neighbors, starting from Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger, even Guinea, even Cameroon, Benin Republic. This is something that has global dimension everywhere. And the president is doing very hard. Our armed forces, our gallant men and women in uniform, are doing very well to deal with the situation. And I'm sure they'll get into the root of this matter, what's happening, and deal and put decisive, go in there and do their best in dealing with the situation. It is sad, particularly those who are kidnapped as we speak. I think the first thing is to try to get them rescued. Rescue these people. And I'm sure our gallant men and women in uniform will do what is really expected of them. I'm sure their attention probably is somewhere that things have been going on to deal with. Well, you see, Kaduna, things are now going very fine there. No more banditry and what have you. Even Zamfara is being dealt with, and some other areas. They are doing very well. Around the country, they are trying very well. These criminals, when you understand that you have taken action somewhere, you are succeeding somewhere, they will now move and divert your attention somewhere. And that's what's happening, I'm sure. Because Kaduna now, which has been the epicenter of the problem is being dealt with decisively. I'm sure they were going to do that. They know all these games. They know how these criminals try to divert their attention. And I'm sure they will catch them. The long arm of the law will get them arrested. And they'll be brought to justice. Mr. President, we stand by these people of Kwara South. We stand by with the people of Philippines, shoulder to shoulder. And we always do our best to make sure that their problems are solved. And the place will become peaceful, very peaceful as it used to be. Mr. President, I call all our colleagues to please rally around this motion so that it gets through. Thank you, Mr. President.